Psukim today with Zohar Chadash. Zohar Chadash is the new Zohar. We have like 3 layers of Zohar. Zohar Chadash, new Zohar, and Tikkunei Zohar, Zohar amendments or Zohar corrections. So today we shall read from Zohar Chadash, Shir HaShirim, Song of Solomon. So here on the board, as we can see, and good morning to our friends on YouTube, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. On the board we see an article from Zohar Chadash. This is like the first 3 letters in the middle. On the left, the continuity of the article. And on the right, there is a page from Machzor. Machzor in Hebrew refers to the book of prayers. Machzor, from reciting, from Lachzor. And in the book of prayers here, there is Shir HaShirim, Song of Solomon, starts in Hebrew in the words Shir HaShirim. And here we have a page from the 15th century. I mean, this is from the year of the deportation of Spain, or from Columbus discovers America, 1492. Please pay attention. So this is from the 15th century. This is a page from Shir HaShirim, Song of Solomon. And here we have the article. I brought us here also. The upper part is here in Aramaic, and beneath there is a translation into Hebrew. So questions about the concept before we start. Do we have any questions, Rodrigo, Justin, in general about the concept? Do we have any questions?
No, at the moment, no. I just ready to follow you. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
No questions.
Thank you. So we have here Sefer Zohar, Zohar in Perush HaSulam, Zohar with the translation, explanation of the letter, Zohar Chadash, new Zohar, Shir HaShirim, Song of Solomon, Ma'amar, Daled Atvan Ravravin. This is the name of the article, is in Aramaic. I'll translate it into Hebrew. Ma'amar, article, Daled for Atvan, otiyot, letters, Ravravin, capital letters, Bereish Safrin. Article 4, capital letters in the beginning of the books. This article will deal with the fact that there are 4 capital letters that open 4 different books. One of them is Bet of Bereshit. It's a capital Bet. And then we have Shir HaShirim, capital Shin. And we shall see how the Zohar think in this dimension. Here I start letter Yud Aleph. I start with the Aramaic bold letters. Levatar de'achal v'shata. After he ate and drank, he opened and said, Patach ve'amar. Patach b'chokhmah. Amar b'bina. Shir HaShirim, good morning Venus on YouTube. Shir HaShirim. This is how the Song of Solomon open in Hebrew. Shir HaShirim. Yesh sham shin gdola. There is there great or capital Shin. Felipe, good morning. Vehi ot shniya, and this is the second letter, misof haotiyot sheba'alfa bet. Do we understand the first saying or the first statement?
Yes, he mentioned the big Shin that opened the Songs of Songs, chapter 1, verse 1. There is a Shin, the letter Shin, with the size is bigger than the other letters. And the same occurs in Bereshit, the Bet is bigger, right?
Yes, but he says something else after this is a big Shin of Shir HaShirim. He says this Shin and She, the letter, is the second from the end of the alphabet letters. What is the second fact about the shin?
Oh, he's the second before the tav,
Yes,
right?
yes. It is the second when we count from tav, from the end. So it is the second. And this is how he will lead his logos, divine logos, and he will articulate this speech. Bet the Bereshit, meaning the letter Bet of Ma'amar, the word Bereshit, which opens the Bible, היא גדולה. This is capital, or big letter. והיא אות שנייה מתחילת האלפבתה. And she is the second letter from the beginning of the alphabet. מהו הטעם? טעם, whenever they ask about טעם, it's not what is the taste, because טעם is also taste. Here he asks what is the reason, because טעמים, taste, are in wisdom. מהו הטעם? What is the reason? What is the reason? שבית אותיות אלו הן גדולות. What is the reason for those two letters to be big? ומהו הטעם שפותח באות השנייה ולא בראשונה שהיא א'? And what is the reason that he opens in the second letter, meaning bet, ולא בראשונה שהיא א', and not in the first, which is א'? And also in שיר השירים, this is the abbreviation of שיר השירים, and also in Song of Songs, that he opens in the second letter from the end of the alphabet and not in the last letter, which is tav. Now, do we understand this question? What does he say in general? Rodrigo.
They try to discover the reason, the meaning of the Shir HaShirim. It opens with the second letter if we count from Tav, and the Bereshit started with Bet and not with the first letter, the Aleph. So he asking why.
Yes, that's great. He brings like parallel picture. Yes, the Shir HaShirim start with Shin. This is the second letter from the end. Bereshit start with Bet, second letter from the beginning. What is the reason? And now he asks another question. Why Shir HaShirim opens in Shin, which is the second from the left and not in Tav? Interesting. Let's read the next letter. Letter Yud Bet, 12, mark 12. Begin the Shin Raza. Begin in Aramaic because the Shin, the letter Shin, Raza. Raza is like Raz, secret. Because the letter Shin is a secret. And he answers that it is because the letter Shin, it is the secret of the upper chariot. What is the upper chariot? Chagat Dezer Anpin. Again, what is the upper chariot? Chagat. Have you heard the name Chagat before as abbreviation?
No, actually, I never heard this abbreviation.
Okay, so we shall open it. Chagat. The pen Chagat. Chagat is abbreviation of, let's write it here because I have enough space to write down. Chagat. Chagat. Abbreviation of 3 spheres which associate to the middle of the body. Chagat. Chesed. Gimel. Gevura. Tav. Tiferet. So he says, let's make our drawing, which is more familiar to us. Yes, Chagat. Chagat de Zer Anpin. This is Zer Anpin. Do we understand? This is Zer Anpin. Yes? Let me just... Yes.
There is a meaning for this word, or is just an abbreviation? Chagat means something. Chagat.
Chagat, Chag without a taf. Chag is a holiday. Chag is a holiday.
Holiday. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. So here we have Zer Anpin. Here Zer Anpin. And here we have Chagat, the upper triangle. What is the upper triangle? Chagat, Chesed, on the right side of the tree. Gevurah, on the left side of the tree, and Tiferet in the middle. So here we explained what is Chagat. Chagat, the Zer Anpin. The upper part, what is Chagat, the Zer Anpin? The upper part of Zer Anpin. Some people in the body, I'll just give us like a little parallel thinking. Chesed, grace, is the right arm. Gevurah is the left arm. And Tiferet is the heart. This is if a person wants to relate to it in terms of human body. So, Chagat, Chesed, Gvurah, Tiferet, the Zer Anpin. So, this is Chagat, but he says that the letter Shin is a chariot to those spheres. Why the letter Shin is a chariot to the upper, the Shin is, one second, how does he say it? One second, Yod Aleph. Yod Aleph. One second, Yod Bet. Because the Shin is the secret of the upper chariot, which is Chagat de Zer Anpin. Okay? Shin is the chariot for Chagat, Chesed, Gvurah, Tiferet, de Zer Anpin. What does it mean? How many arms the Shin has?
It's three.
Three.
Yes.
Is this kind of related to the fire in our hearts? I heard before, like the Aleph was the above and the Shin related to the heart.
Yes. So he says, first of all, why the book of Song of Songs starts with the letter Shin and not with the letter Tav. Because, first of all, it is the second from the last, from the Tav. But the Shin, which has like 3 lines, holds or hosts those 3 upper spheres, Chesed, Gvurah, and Tiferet. Do we understand that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
He continues a bit, it goes into details of the Talmud, the teaching of the 10 spheres. I will read it, but if it is too much, I will stop and skip. So, Chagat de Zer Anpin, Chesed, Gvurah, and Tiferet of Zer Anpin, they are a chariot to Binah. And this is why it has 3 supporters, which are the fathers, the patriarch, which is Chagat. They are a chariot to Binah. Okay. Who are these? Those are not just qualities, also they carry names. What are the names?
Avraham to Chesed.
Yes.
Yitzhak, Gevurah, and Jacob, Tiferet.
Very good. Yitzhak. Let's move that. I will be able to write. 1 second. In more space to the right. Yes. So you said Avraham, Chesed, grace, Yitzhak, Gevurah, and Yaakov, Tiferet. Let's see how he continues. And because of this, the beginning of Songs of Solomon, it is with the letter Shin. Okay, so now he gives a reason why Song of Solomon begins with the letter Shin. What is the importance? What parallel picture does he see through the letter Shin? What does he bring to us? Why the Song of Songs starts with the letter Shin?
Well, if I understood well, because the letter Shin has 3 arms, and this is a reference, or each arm corresponding to the Hagat, the upper part of Zeir Hampin, corresponding to Hesed, Gevurah, and Tiferet.
Yes, yes. Excellent. And then he continues, הבית דברשית, the letter בית from בראשית, רומזת שהיא בית העולם, שהיא בית העולם. That is the house or the home of the world. כי מעשה בראשית, the doing, the creating of the beginning, בראשית, הוא מעשה העולם. is creating the world. ועל כן ההתחלה היא בבית, and this is why the beginning is in the letter bet. And then he continues. And this is why the letters which are standing in the beginning of the books, and they are capital, גדולות, הן 4, there are 4 letters. They are as the fashion that the books were made, and in the same secret. In the same manner, the letters are written in the beginning of the books, and they are capital letters, which are rising and descending upon all other letters, because the same letter is the secret and the concealment of all the book. Meaning, in it, in this capital letter, all the secrets and the hiddens are being hinted in the letter which is standing in the beginning of the book. What is he saying here?
That the letters contain all the secrets of the book that it opens.
Yes.
So
imagine about the letter that starts the name of a person. We're speaking now here about book or books. The first letter of the book, every person is a book.
This makes a lot of sense with the Genesis building a house, and, with the Song of Solomon with the contents being of the heart. This just makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Venus is asking, Venus, can you ask your question again? Because I was reading and I did not see the reference of time. Shall we continue, or do you have more questions that you would like to ask? Rodrigo?
I just wondering if I understood well. He mentioned that 4 letters that are capital letters. If I understood well, there is other 2 books with capital letters.
Yes.
If I understood well.
Yes, he will continue in the next letter. He will open what are the next 2 books which are opening in capital letters and why.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And he continues, letter Yodaled, Mark 14. Ve'alin inon, and those are האלף של דברי הימים, the letter Aleph of Chronicles. דברי הימים, in Hebrew, in English, Chronicles, start with the letter Aleph, capital Aleph. Now he counts all the four. So he starts from the letter Aleph. So letter Aleph of דברי הימים, meaning Chronicles. Bet של בראשית, bet of בראשית. מם של משלי, Proverbs in English. And shin של שיר השירים, and the letter shin of Song of Solomon. אלו 4 אותיות שבהתחלת הספרים. Those are 4 letters which is in the beginning of the books. הן אותיות גדולות. Those are capital letters. ומי שיודע בהן, and the one who knows in them, יודע הסוד של כל הספר. Knows the secret of the whole book. כי אותה אות, because the same letter, מלמדת הסוד של כל הספר. Because the same letter teaches the secret of the whole book. So far, so good?
Yes, Eti, may I say something?
Yes, of course.
I noticed that the 3 mother letters, the 3 the Aleph, the Mem, and the Shin, they are the 3. In Portuguese, we say mother, the equivalent to mother letters.
Yes.
When Sefer Yetzirah tell us there is 3 mothers, 7 double, and
Yes.
12 simple letters.
Yes.
And I noticed that Aleph, Mem, and Shin, there is each of these mother letters is a capital letters in one of these books, except Bereshit, except the Genesis. In Songs of Songs, Chronicles, and Proverbs appears Aleph, Mem, and Shin.
True.
Just to share.
True. True. Thank you. Now, letter Tedvav, and here comes really a great opening, because he will explain the Zohar why the structure is written in this way, what secret it reflects, what correction basically. And הוא מפרש דבריו. א', תיקונה דילה. א', the correction of himself. And he interprets his words. האלף, the letter א', שבדברי הימים, which is in Chronicles, התיקון שלה, its correction, היא הצורה והסוד של האדם. Again, האלף שבדברי הימים, the letter א', in the book of Chronicles, התיקון שלה, its correction, is the form and the secret of Adam. בבית אופנים, in 2 ways. אופן אחד, one way, הראש שלמעלה, the head which is upstairs, שהוא היוד העומדת באלף מלמעלה. First, he says that the letter Aleph, the form and the secret is the correction of Adam. How? Do you understand that? Or shall I repeat it?
I understood that the Aleph in the book of Chronicles represents a correction in a form and a secret of Adam.
Yes.
And then in 2 ways, And the first way, I don't know if I can get it after the first way in the second line.
Okay. So I will read the first way and draw it, and then I will ask you and we shall continue, okay? So,
Great.
okay, the first way, אופן אחד, הראש שלמעלה, the head which is upstairs, שהוא היוד, the letter יוד, העומדת, which is standing, in the א', upstairs. היא הנקודה הראשונה, השולטת על הכל. This is the first point that governs everything in engraving. בחקיקה שנתעתרה להתפשט תחתיה. So, first of all, we have letter Aleph, and what does he say about the Yod? This is it. What does he say about the upper Yod? Rodrigo?
Is the Rosh the head?
The head. This is the head. Yes. הוו שבאמצע, the vav in the middle, שבאמצע האלף, הוא באלכסון. It is diagonal. היא סוד, this is the secret, וצורת אדם. This is the secret and a form of human or man, which is Zer Anpin. Do we understand? Rodrigo?
Yes, that the diagonal vav represents the sword, the secret of the form, a human being, form of Adam.
Yes. Himself, הוא ובת זוגו, Zer Anpin himself, and his companionship, בת זוגו, היא דלת שלמטה. The letter Daled, which is below, which is holding in the side of the Vav, which is in the Aleph. Do we understand that? If not, I will draw it. First, can you speak it? Yes?
Yeah, I believe that he see a dalet, which in the below part of the aleph, he got the diagonal of the vav. They share this diagonal part, and then we have how can I say the dalet? I believe is also inclined. Could be.
Yes, I'm just trying to paint, but yes, please speak. It's very important that people will hear you. Please.
Well, if I understood well, I believe that he say that there is a dalet in a diagonal also with the in the side of the vav and the yod below. They form a dalet, a diagonal dalet. If I understood well.
Do you see? I just drew on the whiteboard the diagonal of the vav. Do you see? And the dalet like a mirror. This is one way. There are many ways. There's another way to see it, but he says cleaving. So there is one way that the diagonal vav is the body of Zer Anpin. Do you see this? Shall I color it?
Yes, I believe that I can see it.
Yes, and the dalet is like a mirror, and this is, so to speak, the foot. This is one option. One option. Another option is, let's read his words and shall continue. Another one, this is because I don't have a pen connection to the board. And another way is to look at it. The yod is like, in a way, this is another dalet, but this is a bit, at the moment, does not seem that intricate. So let's continue. So his companionship is the dalet, which is below, which is hanging in the side of the vav, which is in the Aleph. כזה, כזה, in this way, or like that. א', שד', זו רומזת על הנוקבה דזעיר אנפין, הנקרא אדם. וד' זו היא שלמות האדם. Meaning, the ד' that we just drew, I'll try to draw it again. The letter, the other arm, so to speak, of the vav that we call it arm, now this is the daled. Here he says like this. And he says that this one hints at the nukba, the companionship of Zeir Anpin. Daled zo, this daled hints at the nukba of Zeir Anpin, which is called Adam. Zeir Anpin, little face, or yes, and which is called Adam, human. V'daled zo, and this daled, it is the completion of Adam. Ki en Adam shalem, there is no complete human or Adam, but within male and female. Do we understand?
This Dalit represents the Nukva Malchut, right?
Yes. Yes. So here on the right side, he says, I'll try to draw it here. This is the Yod. This is the head. And the diagonal, the Vav, is Zeir Anpin. But Zeir Anpin is not complete unless he has a Nukba. Otherwise, and this is what happened to Jacob, he was limping after the struggle in Yabok. Do we understand that? If not, I will try to speak from a different direction. Do we understand?
If I understood well, he get this capital Aleph, and he see this in this capital Aleph. How can I say, all the planes of the tree of life with the head, I believe the three upper spheres, and the Zeir Anpin, which is the Vav, and the Yod below, they see as a Dalit, but correspond also to Nukva, to the Malchut, right?
Excellent. 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 Very good, Venus. So now he will explain. He just opened, what we read so far was just translation from Aramaic to Hebrew. Now he will explain, go into details. Perush. First of all, what is the form of a human being? We think that the form or shape of human being is a plastic image in a vitrine. Now when we go in the city, and this is a form of a human being. And now he will break this in front of our eyes. Perush. Interpretation. Tzurat Adam, the form of Adam or human. He sod. It is the secret of Daled Otiyot Havaya, the 4 letters of the Tetragrammaton, Bemilui Alfin, in the filling of the letter Aleph. Shehem Begimatria, that they are in Gimatria, when we count the letters as numbers, Adam. So what is Tzurat Adam? What is the form of a man or human? According to what he said here. What is the form?
I believe is the Tetragrammaton in the filling of Ada in the Zeir Anpin, right?
Yes.
Which is 45.
Yes. Yes. This is the form. This is the form. Tzura. We speak about not external form. a spiritual. Yod, He. Sorry, I don't have good connection today with the board. Yod, He, Vav with Aleph, He. The value is 45, like Adam. This is the form of human, where the letters are being filled with unity. Please, the filling of the letter Aleph here is to fill the name with unity. The letter Aleph always symbolizes unity. So yes,
this feeling of the tetragrammaton is the sword of Tzura Adam.
yes,
The secret of the form of the human being, of
yes,
course, in a spiritual perspective.
yes, yes. There are beautiful conversations in the Zohar when the friends are taking a walk and one of them is commenting or saying to the other, ראיתי אנשים, I saw people, בעלי צורה, that they are masters of a form or a shape. בעלי צורה, צורת אדם. So from their conversation we can hear צורת אדם. Sometimes we shall meet conversation in the Zohar, like few letters before what we have read now. A person is taking a walk in Rome, in the city of Rome, and he enter a guest to his house. He's not sure about his character, so he let him behave freely, that he could see if he has a form of a man or not. Because, so to speak, people have plastically hands and arms and feet, but צורת Adam, this is in the spirit. The friends of the Zohar do not speak with everyone. If you, the more you read their conversation, this is very, very interesting.
T,
Yes.
I don't want to disturb our conversation, this reading. It's amazing, but just came to my mind, how can we develop this Tzura Adam, this form of Adam in the spiritual room?
He will say just to behave in grace and gratitude. Yes, he will say now. He says, let's read what he says. The day שהם בגימטריה אדם, that they are גימטריה אדם 45, והוא זר אנפין, and this is זר אנפין, and this is ואינו אדם שלם, and this is not a complete human, meaning הוויה דאלפין, this is הוויה of the feeling of the letter Aleph, אינה בשלמות, is not in completion, אלא בחיבורו עם הנוקבה, but being connected with the nukba, שהיא מלכות, which is a kingdom. והטעם, and the reason, because זר אנפין, as for himself, it is grace which is covered from wisdom. And the nukba, it is the secret of illuminating, or when wisdom illuminates. And when זר אנפין is connected with the nukba together, then he has wisdom and grace, which is the completion of mochin, completion of the mind, and not being only with himself, which is not but grace. And the root of the mind, mochin, hu be'aba ve'ima, in father and mother. ששם סוד הניצוץ, that there in Abba ve'Ima, wisdom and understanding, that there is the secret of the spark from rising Malchut, kingdom, to Binah, which is the root of all the minds. Yes. What did you understand, Rodrigo?
Well, in this part, he talks about this a completion as a wisdom, Chokhmah, covered by the grace, or grace covered by Chokhmah, and he. I don't know if I get all the ideas. That, in fact, I believe that I understood, but I don't know if I can get it in words. My ideas. I don't know if you could help me, but I believe that I understood well the idea.
So, what does he tell us? Havaya במילוי אלפין, this is צורת אדם. But it is not complete unless if he is connected with
Abba ve'Ima, the
yes,
the
Abba ve'Ima, because he has to connect to the Nukba, and the Nukba, she's connected to Abba ve'Ima, and then he gets his mind, or mochin. This is why, in a way, only yes, Fernando. How do you do?
Sorry,
No,
it is
please.
just it is in my mind that when you write the Hashem with its feeling, the feeling letters give the sum of 19, right?
Yes, 19.
And I was thinking that the Zohar Hadam is related with this union between Hashem and Hava. Hava is the experience. And I was thinking about this, and Rodrigo asked, how can we make this Zohar Hadam? I was thinking that maybe it is to embody to experience in matter the spirit. So I don't know.
Yes, that's correct.
Part.
That's correct.
I don't know if it makes sense. Came this text about of the family, everything, but was on my mind these ideas.
Yes, the tetragrammaton for itself is 26. Is 26, and the feeling letters are 19. Those that I wrote in red as the value of Eve, which is experience. Yes. Not to be abstract, but to, in a way, to connect to what is happening. Chava, Eve. Chava from Chavaya, from experience. Yes. The quality, this is what he says, the quality of Zeir Anpin is grace. But grace is not enough. He has to be complete from wisdom, and this is what, in a way, the Nukba gives him, or the feminine, or the experience. Yes? The quality of Zeir Anpin is grace. The quality of the feminine is wisdom. And when they are together, we have a completion of grace and wisdom. A man we say bachelor in English. In Hebrew, we say a bachelor, ravak, here, reish, where is it, a pen, writing, ravak is a bachelor. What is ravak? They say rak, only vav. Ravak, bachelor, rak vav, only vav. He has the grace, but he doesn't have the wisdom because he's not connected to the heavenly kingdom. Because the root of the heavenly kingdom is wisdom. Why Jacob loves Rachel? This is more comprehensible than abstract Zohar article. Why Jacob loves Rachel?
Because she's pretty.
She is pretty. The wisdom is beautiful. Wisdom is beautiful. That's correct. Yes. Wisdom is beautiful. Philosophia. Yes. Wisdom is beautiful. And why Leah? Why he does not have any attraction to Leah? Why?
Was Leah the abstract?
Yes. The secret.
Secret, yes.
Concealment. Yes. The revelation. Everybody would like to go out and there is a sunshine and everything is beautiful and smiles at him and yes. Yes. Who is not acting? She does not act like Rachel. Who is not acting? Kevin, it's not clear. Sunshine says, I don't know if I understand the relation with the three fathers. Rachel acts. Depends from which direction, Kevin. Leah is going to pray. She's very active. Leah, she's going to pray for her husband. Rachel did not pray for her husband. She's beautiful. And this is not about two ladies, Leah and Rachel. Rachel in a way symbolizes the cognitive speech. And of course the voice in the heart, Kol Yaakov, which has the value of conversation. Kol Yaakov is 318. Rodrigo, do you remember?
Yes, I remember. It's
Kol.
300.
Yes, the voice of Jacob, Kol Yaakov. 1 second, where are we? Kol Yaakov. Kol Yaakov. The voice of Jacob is 318. The value of conversation, Siach. And of course he loves Rachel, the cognitive speech. It's clear. This is the essence of things. This is not just a description of a story.
But if I understood
Yes.
well, Rachel only will be pretty or beautiful when she has the yods from Chokhmah, right? The foot of the hay are fulfilled from Chokhmah, from the yods, right? The wisdom.
Yes. 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 Now here is a little question. we from time to time reading the articles of the Zohar, sometimes Zohar Chadash, sometimes Zohar or Tikkunei Zohar. How do you feel about it? You'd rather read directly text from the Bible and open it independently? So I would like to hear you. What do you have to say? What you think about it? You like it? You don't like it? You'd rather just read a text and open it with paintings as we used to do, or you like also that we also open a door for this too? I would like to hear your thoughts about it.
Eti,
Yes.
I feel like we are, in my opinion, we are starting to more and more feel comfortable with the language of the Zohar as you translate it for us. And you too, I feel you are developing a rhythm and a way to speak, translating simultaneously and making it understandable for us, because it's like many layers of challenges, because there is the challenge of the language and the translation and the deep meanings of the Zohar. So I, in my as I feel the sessions, I feel that like today was I could comprehend more than I comprehended yesterday. So for me, it's I think we are going in a beautiful path, and it has also, I have to say that as Rodrigo summarized the what you were bringing to us, it was better to we could follow, and it was a conversation. So for me, it's good. It's really good. We are making progress, I guess. So thank you.
Thank you, Felipe.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, a very simple message of saying that the first letter of each book encompasses the entire book is that in itself is very beautiful. And then kind of laying it all out and how that is. Just very grateful for all you brought to us. It's very beautiful, and I've grown each and every time we speak. So thank you.
Thank
Eti, for
Yes.
me, it's a blessing to be here and listen you and our friends. But the fact that you open to us the Zohar, it's amazing, because I already tried to read the Zohar in Spanish, and it's hard, and it's, to me it's impossible to reach the same room and going so deep as in our classes. And so it's amazing that we can talk about this. And of course, the Zohar has a particular language, and it's not so logical, it's not so rational. The connections, the it's a different perspective of everything, and you help us to reach and to understand this, how can I say, this non-orthodox way of thinking, because the Zohar made a lot of connections
It is very.
in
Thank you, Rodrigo, because how do you say, you summarize to us why Orthodox cycles are rejecting this. It's very interesting to get this mirror from you, or from a person who lives in a way and outside of Israel and does not speak Hebrew. But it's very interesting to hear this. because I was thinking why people are not open to this here. I was wondering and writing that why people are not open, and suddenly you say that it's not it doesn't fit an orthodox mindset. So now it's simple even to me. So it's
I had never heard anybody use the delet on the underside of the aleph before. I'd always heard people use the vav and the two yods. And so if you hadn't brought this to us today from the Zohar, it just opened up a whole new world of looking at it. It was very beautiful.
thank you. I didn't
It's
know too.
unorthodox.
Unorthodox. I also didn't know until today. I didn't know.
And to give a feedback, Eti, because I feel in this Zohar sessions, it's harder to, let's say, I don't feel like saying too much, because it takes like a concentration to hear and to try to understand bit by bit. And sometimes if we are not so we do not develop conversation, and so it's because we are I am trying to listen well, and even to not disturb the line of thinking, because many things come, and sometimes I like to say something, but it's I think it will disturb a little bit the focus, right? And so just to give this feedback that you might feel that we are like not understanding and not here, but in my perspective, it's a kind of concentration issue.
That's true. I mean, our silence doesn't mean we're not. It's like the delet opening doors. What you bring just opens so many doors that our minds. Sometimes we're just really experiencing what you bring into us, but by no means does it mean that we don't get it or we're not interested at all, because we're loving this, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, because I don't know how to thank the divinity that brought you as friends, as companions for the way to read those deep texts. Because it is the Zohar, this is interesting saying of the Zohar, that the only people who are capable of reading the Zohar are those who really have love in their heart. The Zohar says many times, "B'chavivuta talia mileta." Mileta is milah, the word, hadavar. Chavivuta is love. Everything is dependent on love. Because the Zohar, this is very interesting, the Zohar does not open to those who are not tuned with the content of the Zohar.
That's very beautiful. It really is.
I was thinking in terms of the conversation that sometimes a matter is not established on the first reading or the first exposure. Like seeds, plant the seeds have to be planted, then someone else has to water them. Then it takes time for those seeds to become flowers. So that understanding it's not always immediate, but it is a process.
Thank you. Because this is interesting, I prepared this lesson 2 days ago, and the last moment I said, what? are we going to do with this? I'm going to read, and how will you respond to such a text? And I cherished it, and today, this morning at dawn, I said, okay, let's see how it will be accepted, because there are beautiful, beautiful pearls and diamonds that I really wish to open with you, but I would like to see if you're in this way.
Eti,
Yes.
no, just to say that I believe these Zohar sessions encourage us to think about Torah in a different way, more symbolic and interior, and less literal and because they bring a creative and open interpretations, and with a lot of deep and a lot of love, and of course we can bring that perspective into our daily lives. So I just want to say thank you to share this with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
To add to what you just said, Rodrigo, the when we read the words and thoughts of those who came before us, we not only gain a greater understanding of wisdom and appreciation, but we also expand the conversation from them to us.
That's correct. And since we are living in those times that every moment is matter, makes a difference, I would like to share more and more with you. This is why we have extended Zohar sessions every day almost. And this is my intention for the future, to bring more and more daily Zohar. At the moment we are doing this this afternoon according to Israel time, or once in a day, but I would like us to go in this direction.
I'm in. I love it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much.
Yes, amen. I will be here, Eti. I will be here. Count with me. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
thank you.
Thank you, Sunshine, Kevin, Venus. Thank you, dear friends. We shall meet here tomorrow with the new Zohar. Yeah.
Great,
Shalom.
Teti, thanks. Shalom.
Shalom,
Would be
shalom.
great. Shalom, shalom. Thank you,
Shalom,
everybody.
shalom.
Shalom,
Toda
shalom.
rabah.
See you
Shalom,
tomorrow.
shalom.
Shalom, shalom, everyone.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.